Hello, Giants fans, and welcome to your Giants News Roundup for Friday, June 24th here on Big Blue View. I'm your host, Ed Valentine of Big Blue View. Please remember to like and subscribe to our channel here on YouTube. Show us your support if you're so inclined. All right, what I wanted to talk about today quickly is rookie edge defender Kayvon Thibodeaux. We had a graphic that we placed on our Instagram page, which is big_blue_view over on Instagram the other day. And it was asking our Instagram faithful whether or not they would take an over under of 8.0 sacks for Thibodeaux, which they would take, the over or the under. 8.0 sacks happens to be the franchise rookie record set just last season by second round pick Azeez Ojulari. So we set the over under for Thibodeaux, fifth overall pick at 8.0. It's an interesting debate. And I thought that I would spend a couple minutes today just talking about which side of that over under I would take and why. And in all honesty, I am going to take the under for Thibodeaux on sacks in 2022. The reason for that has nothing to do with my being down on Thibodeaux, has nothing to do with my thinking that Thibodeaux was not the right pick for the Giants, all that stuff. That has nothing to do with it. I'm very high on Thibodeaux. I love the selection of Kayvon Thibodeaux. I think Kayvon Thibodeaux is going to be an outstanding NFL player. But I look at a couple of things, and largely what I'm looking at is Wink Martindale and his defensive history. Yes, Wink Martindale loves pressure. His favorite saying, or one of his favorite sayings, is pressure breaks pipes. But if you look at it when Martindale was defensive coordinator of the Baltimore Ravens, he generally did not have one player who compiled huge sack numbers. Two players who were edge defenders in Martindale's system, Za'Darius Smith and Matt Judon, were good players in Baltimore, compiled single-digit sack numbers, 7, 8, somewhere around that. But both players have gone on to have bigger individual sack numbers once they left Baltimore. And I think that is simply because of the way that Martindale schemes his defense. He doesn't scheme his defense to rely on one player. He doesn't scheme his defense to say, okay, if we're going to get pressure, our edge rushers have to win their matchups every single time. We're not going 4-on-4. We're not just rushing four guys to the point where the offense knows which guys are coming. He's scheming pressure from different angles. He's bringing it from cornerbacks. He's bringing it from safeties. He's bringing it from, inside linebackers. He's bringing it from stunts and twists, and he's not always relying on one player. And I wonder if that might be part of why, when you look at a Martindale defense, you haven't necessarily had an individual player, compile those huge numbers, in particular, an individual edge defender. Also, I think, the reality of it is not every great player, not every great pass rusher, comes into the NFL and has, a great season right away. I think Von Miller had 4 sacks as a rookie. Von Miller, of course, headed to the Hall of Fame. So, as an edge defender. So, not every player comes in and lights up the league statistically right away. Michael Strahan, Giants Hall of Fame defensive end, had a combined total of 5.5 sacks his first 2 seasons. So, and I'm not saying that is the path that Thibodeaux is going to take. I mean, Thibodeaux, I will happily be wrong on this one, and that Thibodeaux would reach the over. I think Thibodeaux is going to be a really, really good player. I've said, in other forums, I said on a podcast the other day, that I think that Kayvon Thibodeaux in New York, or landing in New York, is absolutely the right thing for him. There are a lot of questions about Thibodeau's off the field interests and his interest in his brand and his interest in building his future. And I believe that Kayvon Thibodeaux is a guy who understands what New York can do for him if he is successful as a player and if the Giants are successful as a team while he is part of it, especially if he's an integral part of it. And I think that Kayvon Thibodeaux long term could be a tremendous player for the New York Giants. I just wonder how big his stats are going to be as a rookie. When I look specifically at that 8.0, I will take the under. And as I said, I will happily be wrong if Thibodeaux happens to reach 9 or 10 or 15 or 18 or whatever. I'll happily be wrong about that. Maybe it's just me, trying to lower expectations for the young man, but I'll take the under. And as I said, I'll happily be wrong. All right, Giants fans, as I said at the top of the show, please subscribe to our channel here. Check us out on bigblueview.com, on Instagram at big_blue, on our Facebook page. Follow us on Twitter at Big Blue View, excuse me. So Giants fans, thank you as always for listening, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.